Hi everyone. In this video, we'll go through problems related to percentage profit and loss. We will go through problems from part 4. We will cover these problems in today's video. The second problem is solved in a separate video because it's slightly a lengthy one. And also, if you want to go through a particular problem, then do click on the timestamp given in the description box. That will take you to the specific problem. The first one is a man purchased a certain number of oranges at 25 a rupee and the same number at 20 a rupee. He mixes them together and sells them at 45 for 2 rupees. How much percent does he lose or gain in the transaction? So what this means is he buys a certain number of oranges. Certain means we don't know exactly how many oranges he's buying, but he's buying some amount of oranges, and the rate at which he's buying is, it is like this: 25 oranges he buys for 1 rupee, right? 25 oranges for 1 rupee, right? So another 25 oranges for another rupee. But totally how many oranges he is buying, we don't know. So let's first assume, let number of oranges be, say, X. So he's buying 25 oranges at 1 rupee. And then he buys same number, that is, the number of oranges that he has bought is X, right? The same number of another set of fruits he buys. Say, they have not given which other fruit he buys, but there's another set of fruit that he buys, and that he buys at the rate of 20 a rupee. That is, let's assume some other fruit, say for example apples, right? Just let's assume that he buys X apples, right? Like he buys X oranges, he'll buy X apples, same number. That's what they've told, same number. So X apples he will buy, and at what rate? At what rate will he buy? It is nothing but 20 apples for 1 rupee. Here he buys 25 oranges for 1 rupee, and here he buys 20 apples for 1 rupee. Now we will have to find for X, what is the amount? 25 oranges is 1 rupee. Therefore, X oranges, how much would it be? It will be like this: oranges and amount. 25 oranges, 1 rupee. Therefore, for X oranges, how much? So the way we will have to solve this is, I'll say this is amount, right? So I'll just write amount, right? So you have to say amount, this question mark, right? Amount is equal to X by 25, X by 25 into this number, into 1 rupee. This is amount. X by 25 into this particular number. That's how we have to do. Amount is equal to, this is equal to X by 25 into 1. Another way, right? Another way to write this or find this is using ratio. If you have to write it in ratio format, you will have to take X is to 25 is equal to amount is to 1. And X is to 25 is X by 25 is equal to amount by 1. You can just write it in the fraction format. This is in ratio, you can write it in fraction format. Right? Now then, what is amount? What will be amount? Amount would be, I'll just shift 1 this side. So it's going to be X into 1 by 25. That's nothing but amount is X by 25. It's going to be X by 25 rupees. Now similarly, he buys same number of apples also, right? Same number of apples. Say X apples at 20 per rupee. That means for every 20 apple, he needs to pay 1 rupee. So for X apples, how much he has to pay? Same logic, right? For X apples, he'll have to pay X by 20 because it's 20 here, X by 20. Same logic, right? I'll write it as apple amount. 20 apples is 1 rupee. So X apples, how much is it? I can write this as amount, right? So I'll write it as X is to 20 is equal to amount is to 1. Amount or question mark is to 1. So X by 20 is equal to amount by 1, which means amount is equal to X by 20. When I shift 1 this side, right? So amount is equal to x by 20 rupees. This is the cost of apples. This is the cost of oranges. Now he mixes them together. He mixes them together and sells them at 45 for 2 rupees. That is, he will sell 45 fruits. 45 fruits, oranges and apples together at 2 rupees. And how many totally he has bought? He has bought, we assume that he has bought X oranges and X apples, because same number of apples and same number of oranges he has bought. So X and X, that means 2X. Total fruits is 2X. He has bought X apples plus X oranges. So total fruits, what is the total number of fruits? 2X. X plus X, 2X. 2X fruits. And he's selling 45 fruits at 2 rupees. 45 fruits at 2 rupees. So what about 2x fruits then? For 45 fruits he's selling at 2 rupees. Therefore for 2x fruits, what is amount? I would use the same logic, right? So fruits versus amount. 45 fruits, 2 rupees. Therefore for 2x fruits, how much is it? It will be amount is equal to 2x by 45 into 2. You can use a ratio logic also, as was explained here, right? If it is ratio logic, you'll have to write it like this. 2x is to 45 is equal to question mark, or it's called as amount, right? Anything that we can call amount is to 2. That is 2x by 45 is equal to amount by 2. So it will be 2x into 2 by 45, right? So it's going to be 4x by 45. So what is the amount? Amount here is, that is selling price, right? Selling price is 4x by 45. This will be his selling price. If he's selling all the fruits, that is all the 2x fruits if he's selling, then the selling price will be 4x by 45 rupees. We found the cost of X oranges, right? This is cost of X oranges, which means this is cost price of oranges. This is cost price of apples, right? Cost price of apples. Now, if you add both of these, you'll get the total cost price, correct? The way we got total selling price, this is total selling price. Total selling price of both the fruits, correct? So similarly, what is total cost price of both fruits? We got it here, right? X by 25 plus X by 20. X by 25 plus X by 20. This is the total cost. And this is the total selling price. This is the total cost price. And this is the total selling price. What is that we need to find? We need to find how much percent does he lose or gain in the transaction. How much percent does he lose or gain in the transaction? So we have to find if it's a loss or a gain first, right? How do we know that? When you subtract, what is the formula for profit or loss? Profit or loss is selling price minus cost price. The difference between these two will tell us if it is a profit or a loss, right? The difference. If the difference is negative, then it is loss. If the difference is positive, then it's profit, right? Now we will find the difference here. We have the total selling price. We have the total cost price. So now you know why we got the total selling price and total cost price. Because we need to ultimately find out if it is profit or a loss. So we'll subtract these two, right? We'll subtract these two equations. So I'll get 4x by 45 minus x by 25 plus x by 20. Now if I take the LCM here, LCM between 25 and 20 is 5 5s are 5 4s are 5 1s are and 4 1s are. So 25 4s are 100. 100 is LCM. If I have to get 100 as the LCM, how many times should I multiply the denominator? 4 times. 25 into 4 is 100. That means I have to multiply numerator 4 times. So it's 4x plus. Now, if I have to get 100 as the LCM, how many times should I multiply this denominator? 25 is 100. That means I have to multiply the numerator. So x into 5, 5x. And this is 4x by 45. This is nothing but 4x by 45 minus 9x by 100. Now, let me again take LCM between 45 and 100. What is the LCM between 45 and 100? So 5 9s are 5 20s are 9 1s are 20s are 21s are 1s are. So it's going to be 20 into 5, which is 100. 100 into 9, 900. So 900 is the LCM. To get 900 as the LCM, how many times should I multiply 45? 20 times. That means I have to multiply numerator 20 times. 20 into 4x is 80x minus. Now to get 900, how many times should I multiply this 100? 9 times. That means I have to multiply numerator. So 9 into 9 is 81x. So I'll get minus 1x by 900. So minus 1. So I got negative value here. There is a loss. Straight away we can say it's a loss. It's a loss transaction. Now what should we find out next? How much percent does he lose? Okay, we have to find the loss percent now. Right? We have to find how much percent he loses. So loss percent would be loss percent. What is the formula for loss percent? It is loss by cost price into 100. Loss is minus x by 900. That is nothing but x by 900. Right? This is loss. Forget the negative sign. This negative sign indicates it's a loss. So we'll just consider x by 900. So x by 900 is the loss. What is the cost price? Cost price, you have to take the total cost price. This entire thing. Right? Let's simplify this. What did we get here? 9x by 100 we got. Okay. This is actually nothing but 9x by 100. If you take LCM and solve this, you'll get 9x by 100. So it's 9x by 100 into 100. X and x will get cancelled. 100 ones are, 100 nines are. I'll get 1 by 9 by 9 by 1 into 100, which is nothing but 1 by 9. I'll take reciprocal so that I can take this upwards. So it will become 9 by 1 will become 1 by 9, and then I have into 100, which is 1 by 81. 1 into 100, 100 by 81. Right? I get 100 by 81. So this is the loss, 100 by 81%. Let's not forget to put percent symbol. So loss percent is 100 by 81%. If I write it in decimal form, I'll get 1.23%. Loss percent is 1.23%. Let's take this particular problem where a merchant purchased 25 baskets of fruits at rupees 2 per basket. The fruits of 5 baskets turned out bad and were thrown off. Find the selling price per basket if he wants to get 12.5% profit. So, merchant buys 25 baskets of fruits, right? 25 baskets of fruits at 2 rupees per basket. That is, for every basket, he is paying 2 rupees. And he buys 25 such baskets. Therefore, what is the total price? That is total buying price. Total buying price of 25 baskets is 2 into 25, which is 50 rupees. Right? Per basket, it is 2 rupees. Therefore, for 25 baskets, it's 50 rupees. Now, what happens is 5 baskets, the fruits in the 5 baskets get spoiled and were thrown off. So, 5 baskets get spoiled. So, what is remaining now? 5 baskets get spoiled and they are thrown. So, what is remaining? Remaining is 20 baskets. Now, he needs to find the selling price per basket. Find out selling price per basket, not total. Per basket, what should be the selling price if he wants to get a profit of 12.5%? In spite of this 5 baskets getting spoiled, still wants to get 12.5% profit on the entire cost, right? On the entire buying price. He has spent 50 rupees. On this 50 rupees, he needs to get 12.5% profit, irrespective of the 5 baskets getting spoiled. So, is obviously, right? He has spent 50 rupees buying the fruits and he wants to get 12.5% profit on this particular cost price. On this particular cost price, he needs to get 12.5%. Now, what we will have to do? We know the cost price. We know the profit percent. Profit percent is 12.5%. We know the profit percent. We know the cost price. Using both of these, we can find selling price, right? Let's do that. So what is profit percent formula? Profit percent is equal to Profit by cost price into 100. We don't know profit, so we will write it in the form of SP minus CP. We'll write profit as SP minus CP by CP into 100. Profit percent is 12.5. 12.5%. Selling price, we need to find out. Cost price is 50 rupees by 50 rupees into 100. 12.5 is nothing but 12.5 into SP minus 50 by 50 into 100. I'll shift 50 here, so it will become multiplication. This is in the division, so this will become multiplication. So 12.5 into 50 is equal to SP minus 50, the whole into 100. Now I'll shift 100 this side, it will become division because this is in multiplication, this will become division. So 12.5 into 50 by 100 is equal to SP minus 50. Let's calculate this. 5 ones are, 5 twos are. This is going to be 6.25. So I'll get 6.25 is equal to selling price minus 50. So what is selling price now? Selling price would be 6.25. I'll shift 50 this side. So it will be plus 50. It will be 56.25. Selling price is 56.25 rupees. Now this is selling price for all the baskets, right? All the baskets, this is the selling price. How many baskets are there? We need to find selling price per basket. This is for the total number of baskets. Per basket, what should be the selling price? Simple, right? How many baskets are remaining? 20 baskets, right? Let's not include the baskets that have got spoiled. 5 baskets have got spoiled. Remaining baskets is 20 baskets. So we'll consider 20 baskets because he can only sell 20 baskets. 5 baskets is already thrown because it's spoiled. Total selling price is 56.25. He has 20 baskets. So per basket, how much he has to sell? Obviously, right? 56.25 divide by 20. If I divide 56.25 by 20, I'll get selling price per basket. This is nothing but selling price per basket is nothing but 2.81. So the selling price per basket is 2.81 rupees. Let's take this particular problem where a shopkeeper sold a watch at 5% loss. Had he purchased it at 10% lesser cost and sold it for rupees 140 more, his gain would have been 1/4 of the original cost price. Find the cost price of the watch. Now, here what's happening is shopkeeper sold the watch at 5% loss, right? So loss percent is 5%. Loss percent is 5%. Now he thinks if he had purchased initially itself, before selling the watch, if he had purchased the watch at lesser cost, at 10% lesser cost, and then if he had increased another 140 rupees more while selling it, he would have got a profit of 1/4 of the original cost price. Now, let's take some example, right? Let's assume that he bought the watch for 200 rupees, right? He bought the watch for 200 rupees and then he sells it for 5% loss. What is 5% loss? 5% of 200 rupees is loss for him. 5% of 200 rupees is nothing but 5% of 200 is nothing but 5 by 100 into 200. Off is always into, right? So this is nothing but 10 rupees. So he gets into a loss of 10 rupees, right? Therefore, what is selling price is now? 190 rupees, right? 190 rupees because he went through a loss of 10 rupees. Selling price is 190. He sold it at 190, so he incurred a loss of 10 rupees. He bought it at 200 rupees. He sold it at 190 rupees. He got a loss of 10 rupees. Now what he's thinking is, had I purchased initially, instead of 200 rupees, had I purchased it lesser, at a lesser cost by 10%, if I had bought it lesser by 10%, what is 10% of 200? 10% of 200 is 20 rupees. 10% of 200 is 20 rupees. Now, if he had bought it less, at a lesser cost by 20 rupees, that is 200 minus 20 would be, say he bought it at 180 rupees. Had he bought it at 180 rupees and then while selling it with additional 140 rupees into the selling price, that is 180 plus 140, which is 320. Had he sold it for 320 rupees, how much profit you would have got? 1/4 of original cost. This would have been 1/4 of original cost. That is the initial cost that he bought, 200 rupees, right? It would have been 1/4 of 200 had he sold it at 320. Now, I just took an example of 200 rupees just to explain this entire scenario, right? Now, we don't know the cost price, so we'll assume cost price is X as usual, right? We'll assume it as X. We also need to find the selling price and the profit. So, 5% loss, selling price, I don't know. Cost price, I'll assume it as X. Let's start with loss percent formula. Loss percent is equal to loss by CP into 100. I will write loss as CP minus SP by CP into 100. Loss percent is 5%. CP is X. SP is, I don't know. CP is X into 100. Look at this particular statement. Here I have to find selling price, because only if I find selling price, I can add rupees 140 more to it, then get the original cost price. So now I'll shift X this side. So it's going to become multiplication. It will become 5 into X, 5X. X minus SP into 100. Now I'll shift 100 this side. So it will become divide. Here it's multiplication, it will become divide. So this will become 5X by 100 is equal to X minus SP. Now I'll shift X this side. So it will become minus 5X by 100 minus X is equal to minus SP. Now I'll take 100 as LCM. Right? Assume that there is 1 year. 100 becomes LCM. So I have to multiply this once. I have to multiply this 100 because 1 into 100 is the LCM. So I multiply the numerator with 100. So I'll get 5x into 1 minus 100x is equal to minus selling price. 5x minus 100x is minus 95x by 100 is equal to minus selling price. Minus and minus will get cancelled. So I'll get 95x by 100 is equal to selling price. This is the selling price now. Now let's go to the second statement. Had he purchased it at 10% less cost? Had he purchased at 10% less cost? That means the new cost price, let's just call it as new cost price, 10% less cost. So, new cost price is cost price minus 10% less cost. 10% of cost price. Less indicates you have to subtract it. From the original cost price, this is the original cost price. Had he instead of buying it at this original cost price, had he bought it at 10% lesser cost price, 10% lesser, had he bought it, then he would have gained more. So let's first find out what is the new cost price, assuming that he has bought it at lesser cost. Let's assume that he bought it at 10% less cost and get the new cost price. So original cost price is X. 10%, 10 by 100, 10% is 10 by 100 into cost price into X. So this will be, we'll take the LCM again. So this will be 100 times and this will be once. So it will be 100x minus 10x. This is the new cost price is equal to 90x by 100. So we got the new cost price. We know the selling price. Now what is that next? Had he sold it for rupees 140 more, that means, let's say, new selling price would be the actual selling price that is sold plus 140 more. I can say old selling price plus rupees 140 more. Old selling price is 95x by 100 plus had he increased it by 140 rupees, right? You would have gained more money. So this will be the new selling price. Now he's telling you would have gained 1/4 of the original cost price. Gain means profit. His profit would be 1/4 of original cost price. What is original cost price? We assumed X. X is the original cost price. So 1/4 of X would be his profit. So now what is profit? Formula, profit is SP minus CP. We'll have to take new SP now. Okay, new SP and new CP, because he would have got profit if he had used this new cost price. If he had used this new cost price and he had sold it with this new selling price, he would have got this profit. What is the profit? 1/4 of X. 1/4 of X. What is selling price? New selling price is 95x by 100 plus 140. This is new selling price. What is cost price? This one, 90x by 100. 90x by 100. Now, I'll simplify this. I will get the value of X. And what is X? It's the cost price. So I'll get 95x. Let us subtract these two. 95x by 100 minus 90x by 100 would be, because it is having same denominator. So I'll subtract this first. Plus 140 is 1/4 of x. This is nothing but 5x by 100 plus 140 is 1/4 of x. I'll shift this here. So it will become minus. So it will be 1/4 of x minus 5x by 100 is equal to 140. Now this means if I take LCM, I'll get 100 as LCM. This will go 25 times. 425 is 100. So I'll multiply into 25. This will go once. So I'll multiply numerator by once. So I'll get 25x minus 5x is equal to 140 rupees. 25x minus 5x is 20x by 100 is 140 rupees. Therefore, 20x, I'll shift this here. So it'll become multiplication. 140 into 100. And therefore, x is equal to, I'll shift this here. I'll shift this below. So multiplication will become division. So by 20, this will get cancelled. I'll get 700. I'll get 700 rupees. Therefore, original cost price, which is x, is equal to 700 rupees. Let's take this problem where wholesale dealer sold a machine to a shopkeeper at 20% profit. The shopkeeper sold it to a customer to get 25% profit for himself. The difference between the selling price of the shopkeeper and that of the wholesale dealer is found to be rupees 129. Find the initial price of the machine. So what this states is there is a wholesale dealer, right? There is a wholesale dealer. And the dealer sells to shopkeeper, right? Sells to shopkeeper at what profit? At 20% profit. And then shopkeeper in turn sells it to customer. And what's the profit he gets? He gets 25% profit. Now, the difference between the selling price of the shopkeeper and wholesale dealer is 129. Now, when the wholesale dealer is selling to shopkeeper, there is one selling price. Let's call it as, say, selling price 1. When the dealer sells it to shopkeeper, there is one selling price. And when shopkeeper sells it to customer, there is another selling price, SP2. The difference between these two selling price is rupees 129. This is the difference. Now find the initial price of the machine. What is the initial price? The price at which the dealer bought. Cost price. Initial price. Right? This is what we need to find out. So we need to find cost price. Now we will assume cost price. Let cost price be X. Right? Now what we have to do is we have to find SP1. We have to find SP2. Profit is given. Cost price we'll assume. Now using profit percent formula, we'll find SP1. Again, using profit percent formula, here also profit percent is given. Right? Using profit percent formula, we'll find SP2. Then the difference is given as 129. Using all of these, we'll find the cost price, which is X. Now let's first take the first transaction. Let's call this as first transaction. This as second transaction. Now let's take the first transaction, right? That is dealer selling to shopkeeper at 20% profit. 20% profit, 25% profit, right? Now let's use the profit percent formula. Profit percent is profit by cost price into 100. We don't know profit, so we'll write it as SP minus CP by CP into 100. This is nothing but SP is, we don't know, CP is X into 100. Profit percent is given as 20%. There is a shortcut to do this, right? You don't have to always use the formula route. There is a shortcut, right? Shortcut is whenever I say 20% of profit. So if I said selling price is 20% of profit, I will say I'll take the cost price plus profit. Cost price plus profit is selling price. Correct. Now what is cost price? X. What is profit? Profit is 20%. Right? 20%. 20% of what? 20% of cost price. 20% of cost price. So I'll write it as 20% is 20 by 100 into, off is always into cost price. Cost price is X. So I can directly write it like this. X plus 20X by 100. This becomes a selling price. See, you don't have to take the formula route always. You can also use this method. It's the same thing actually, right? Here also you'll get the same thing. So here we got SP is equal to, if you take 100 as the LCM, you will get 100x plus 20x, which is 120x by 100. This would be the selling price. Now in this method also you'll get the same thing. So 20, I'm shifting x this side, so it will become into x. 20x is SP minus x into 100. Now I'll shift 100 also, so it will become 20x by 100 is equal to SP minus x. So therefore, now I'll shift x this side, so minus x will become plus. So it will be 20x by 100 plus x is equal to selling price. Now again, we got the same thing. If I take the LCM, it will be, LCM is 100, so I'll get 20x plus 100x is equal to selling price, which is nothing but 120x by 100. Same thing I got in both the methods. This is the first transaction. Now let's go to the second transaction. Second transaction is shopkeeper sells to customer at 25% profit. So now what I'll do, same step. Profit percent is equal to profit by cost price into 100. Profit I will write it as SP minus CP by CP into 100. Profit percent is 25%. Right? Now how do I get the cost price? I can't put X here. Right? In this transaction I put cost price as X. But here what is the cost price? What is the cost price here? Cost price is nothing but the selling price. Right? Because the wholesale dealer sells to shopkeeper at this particular price. So for shopkeeper, this becomes a buying price, right? This becomes a cost price or buying price for shopkeeper, right? For dealer, wholesale dealer, he sells it to shopkeeper. Shopkeeper buys it from the dealer. So for shopkeeper, this selling price becomes a cost price, right? So now instead of cost price, I'll put SP, I don't know. Instead of cost price, I'll put this 120x by 100 I'll put. And by cost price is same thing, 120x by 100 into 100. Right? This is what I'll use. Now let's calculate this. 25 is equal to SP minus 120x by 100. I'll just write this neatly, by 100 into 100. So I'll shift this here, so it will become into 25 into 120x by 100. This when I shift, it will become divide. So it will be divide by 100 is equal to SP minus 120x by 100. Now if I calculate this, let's not calculate now, let's do it later. 25 into 120x by 100 into 100. There are two divide bys, so I'll write 100 into 100 is equal to SP minus 120x by 100. Now I'll shift this here, so this minus will become plus. So this will become 25 into 120x by 100 into 100 plus 120x by 100 is equal to selling price. Now if I calculate this, 25 ones are 25 fours are 40, right? 2 6 are 2 20s are 2 3s are 2 10s are. So I'll get 3x by 10 plus 120x by 100 is equal to selling price. I'll take the LCM now. LCM will be 100. This will have to go 10 times. This will go 10 times to get 100. 10 into 10 is 100. So I'll multiply the numerator by 10. And this is once. So I'll get 30x plus 120x is equal to selling price, which is 150x by 100 is equal to selling price. This is my second selling price, SP2. And SP1 is, this is SP1. Now, as per the question, the difference between the two selling prices 129. Difference between two selling prices 129. So, difference between SP1 and SP2 is rupees 129. So this is what we are supposed to find. The difference between SP1 and SP2 is rupees 129. SP2 is 150x by 100. 150x by 100 minus SP1. SP1 is 120x by 100. 120x by 100, which is equal to 129. This is nothing but 30x by 100 is equal to 129. Nothing but 30x is equal to, I'll shift this here, it will become multiplication. So I'll get 12900. Therefore, x is equal to 12900 by 30. This is nothing but 3 4s are 3 3s are 430. Therefore, x is equal to 430 rupees. And what is x? X is the cost price. Therefore, cost price is equal to x, which is equal to 430 rupees. With this, we have come to the end of this particular topic. If you have found this video useful, do press a like and share it. Thank you.